Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina and Clovis, special guests. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by TRIUMPH Ministries.
Well, hello, everyone, and good afternoon. A wonderful Monday afternoon to you all. Listen, it's Money Monday. It's time to go ahead and have this conversation. Financial wealth is important. Financial knowledge is even more important. All right, so we're joining again with Pastor Tawanna Grant. She's going to share some information with us on our Money Monday. You guys go ahead and grab your lunch and come on and let's get together and learn. Now, today, as you can see, our topic is business credit, how to start the process or the application process. For those of you who are entrepreneurs in process, those of you who are beginning to be entrepreneurs, listen, you want to go ahead and check this video out that we're sharing today, as well as check out our previous videos that we had regarding other topics for our Money Monday series. It's valuable information for those of you who want to get started on your own business ventures. And listen, it's tips and advice in there to help you along the journey. And it's all free. Free.
Yes.
Free. So Pastor Grant again is joining us. Thank you so very much. Pastor Grant is the pastor at I was about to say another church girl. I'm sorry, I have so many churches. She is with My Father's House Pentecostal Church. I was going to take you all the way to Mississippi with our pastor friends over there.
Okay.
But she's right here in Riverdale, Georgia, you guys. And the church name is My Father's House Pentecostal Church. Wonderful church. They're doing magnificent, wonderful things out there. I've also put Pastor Grant's information in the description page for her Facebook page so you guys can follow My Father's House Pentecostal Church. Also, if you're in the area of Riverdale, Georgia, anytime, make sure that you check them out. Go to their website to check their time frames out when they have their services. And I'm sure you will be more than blessed when you attend. They're doing some great things over there at My Father's House Pentecostal Church. Y'all join them also. Pastor Grant, thank you again for being here today. Let's get started. Let's have this wonderful conversation. And hello to all the people.
Most definitely. So happy Monday again to everyone. Peace and blessings to you. Hey, Aaron out there. We're so excited for another opportunity just to share information, wisdom and knowledge. Again, there's an opportunity for you to gain, right? And to experience from someone else's journey, to have information based on experience and to use that as a tool, right? So not exclusive. We don't give in totality all information that's available because there is a lot out there. But here's what we've known, here's what we've experienced, and here's what we found to be successful. So we just want to encourage you that as you go along in your journey toward financial health, because that's what we're talking about. We want to be healthy in our finances as well. So as we journey toward our financial health, we want to make sure that we're using all of the information that is available for us to make good decisions. How many know it's so important because some of the decisions you make are going to impact the journey. It's going to impact how successful you are. It's going to impact how many people you're able to be exposed to, your influence, how you want to expand your business. And so we are so encouraged to have the opportunity to share this information with you on today. So we are going to start back up where we were talking about last week on funding your business, talking about the different types of funding that you might need. And so it depends on your business plan and what you've determined you need as far as the financial undergirding of your business, your operating your expenses, your startup expenses, all of those things you should have gone through the process of establishing a business plan and your financial projections. And that's going to help you in understanding where are you, right? Because it's hard to figure out how to get to your next destination if you don't know where you are today. So you know how when you go in a mall and you see the map and it has a red dot, it always says you're right here. Because you need to have that point of reference. It says you're right here. And so that whole financial projection helps you understand, here's where I am. Here's the money I have available. Here's what I expect to be able to do. And so now you have an understanding, clarity, so that you can now start to procure and look at what type of funding you might need to have for your business. So we talked about some different methods, right? We talked about self-funding, how important it is to do that, because most lenders want to know that you have invested in yourself, that you've given it all you have, that you have a lot of skin in the game, that you to it, right? And so that is a positive to most lenders to know, here's what you've already done. Here's what I've already put my hand to the plow. I've already given a substantial amount of my own contribution, what I have in my own hand, what I've saved. I've been diligent. And so self-funding is one way. Of course, you can do a business loan. We talked about doing a business loan and being able to create that whole package, right? So there's a package of information that they're going to need. And so that's always why we refer back to the business plan, because it's going to help you have all the key elements of your business, have the knowledge so that you can just apply it into their application because you've already crafted the information. It's very easy to translate it to their particular application because you have the information context already readily available. And so we talk about various types of lending, traditional lending, crowd lending, fund lending, whether you want to do some grants, which is great, right? Being able to understand at your particular product or service what's available to you. Are you a woman in business? Are you a minority in business? Are you starting in some particular lane that also has special funding? Right? Are you doing something community related? Are you a nonprofit? So trust me, there are always a lot of opportunities out there, but we have to leverage the knowledge and don't be afraid. We talked about that too. Don't be afraid. Sometimes you might be nervous or afraid in the beginning, but still do it. It's the only way you're going to get past that hurdle is to keep walking.
That's right.
And so we're not saying that there sometimes it's going to look insurmountable. I'll tell you, most visions you're unable to do it on your own. You're going to need partnership. You're going to need other collaborators who come in alongside of you and help you to get it done because it's bigger than you. It's normally greater than you. And so you need that enablement. Collaboration is the biggest multiplier. When you have others who join in with you, who are able to expand, give you strength, give you wisdom, give you knowledge, give you financial support, that's the push that you need to go to the next level, to take away from an idea, a concept, and a vision into reality. And that's what we're trying to do today. We're trying to help you move from sitting on the seat of I have a vision, sitting on the seat of I have an idea, sitting on the seat of I know I can do something, and now moving forward in that to bring it to reality, to bring it to existence. And so it's going to take you, a lot of it, is on us, and we trust God, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so you want to talk about how do you do those different type of funding. We talked about, again, that there's a variety of perspectives that you can go into, diversity of loans. One of the biggest thing I want to say is that based on your financial structure and your capability, that's really going to tell you which type of loan you'll be able to facilitate and most likely receive a yes, right?
Okay.
We want to get to a yes. And so we want to establish some credit. Some of the most simplest ways to build some business credit, of course, is to open up a business account, right? So first you want to get you a banking account. You want to make sure that you have that. And then make sure you establish business credit. What are you talking about? Dun & Bradstreet. Get you a business credit line that's opened up. Sometimes it can be a credit card in the name of the business. We talked about before, making sure when we talked about getting your website, most companies, most organizations, when they're looking to lend you money, they want to make sure that you are an organization. So we talked about how you set it up, getting your business set up with being chartered, right? Having your business license, having your website, because they're looking for that extension that says your corporation name. They are not looking for AOL or Gmail or any they are looking for a viable business. So these are the things you want to make sure that you have in place before you start to procure credit. I want to be very clear about that because a lot of times we start off the race and we're not ready yet. And so then we become deflated and we feel defeated, not because your idea isn't a good idea, but you didn't have all your stuff in place. You didn't have all the things you needed to get a yes. And this is something my husband always said. He said, I want to live in a way and operate in a way so that they always will say yes. You know, I want, when I go and ask for something, I want to make sure I have everything locked and loaded. I want to have everything in place so that they can't help but say yes. And so that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we have everything established, even where you might have had some credit bumps. Do not allow that to prevent you from moving forward, because everybody has a past. Everybody has mistakes. Everybody has an opportunity for a second chance. And so here's where you start in having that resilience to move forward. Better resilience starts with better risk management. I see that coming up, right? So some of the things you want to make sure you've done is check your personal credit, because when you're starting off, oftentimes they'll look at you first. They're going to look at you first as the owner. So you want to make sure you've checked your personal credit, that you have that credit clear. You want to make sure that you have, if you don't have it all cleared, you at least have addressed the issue and you're working to clear it. That's the difference between leaving something unattended. You want to say, yes, that is a viable, outstanding due bill, but here's what I've already negotiated and understanding, and I'm working to pay that off. So the best thing is to make sure all of those things are clear before you go, because then you have already addressed it and you already have your paperwork so that you can move forward if they ask any questions about it. So you want to make sure that you're operating from that perspective that, hey, I have everything I need in order, right? So business credit, again, you can open up a credit card. That's some of the things you can do, is to apply for a credit card.
Now I want to go back, Pastor Grant, when you said open up an account, a bank account. We want to let you know that these credit card companies, when you apply, they're going to want to know, a lot of them, if you have a bank account. Yes. So remember, your bank account is not your personal account. It is a business account. So again, like Pastor Grant was saying, we want to reiterate that on the business side, opening up a business credit, bank account to get your business credit card. And we mentioned to you all previously in the previous videos, you need to have your EIN number, and you need to take that information. You need to have your corporation documents. And you need to take that all into your bank to be able to open up. And some banks may require some other things, but this is your business bank account, your business. I just wanted to reiterate that for them.
No, this is great. This is great. Even I'm going to pull up here on this Forbes. They're saying the exact same thing that we are just mentioning here. I'll pull this, I'll share. And just so that you can see this. Did it say share the screen? Okay. Right here. I want to share this.
If it's not allowing you to share it, I'll probably have to pull it up. We'll probably have to email it later, because sometimes StreamYard acts up.
Okay. I don't think it's letting me share screen.
Here, let me remove this one first and see if it lets you share.
Let me see if it's going to let me see. Oh, here it is. It is letting me share. Okay, great. So you'll see it right here, what we were just talking about.
There we go.
6 easy steps to get your credit in your business account started. We talked about making sure your business is registered, making sure that you get that tax ID for the business and EIN, not using your social security number, but using your business tax ID number. Then getting your DUNS number, right? So this is the DNB, Dun and Bradstreet. This is a business 9-digit number that distinguishes you as a legitimate business. And you'll traditionally have to fill out all the information. That's why we always referring back to this business plan, because you'll have all the context there in order to fill things out. Definitely. Another thing you can do is open up some accounts with some of the vendors, perhaps some partnerships that you may be establishing as far as those who will be providing your product to you. Or if you're going to start a business and you have a service that you need, having that history of payment with a vendor or with a utility company in the business name, again, is establishing that type of credit history. And so you want to make sure that you are establishing that in the business name, not in your personal name. And so that, again, will give you history that when you go to get a loan at some point, you'll have some history that they can refer to. And so this is true. Not all vendors report to the credit bureau, but you can ask a business organization to do so on your behalf, so that you are gaining a credit history. We already said that, opening up a business credit card, right? So that is another way of building your credit. And I want to establish some of my lessons learned is always to make sure when you open it up in the business name to use it periodically, right? Because when I started, some of the accounts that I would open up in the business credit name, I was just holding it because I wasn't using it, but I just wanted to establish some credit. But here you have an opportunity to periodically use it because you want to be able to build up a credit limit, right? A credit saying that you've used that amount of credit and you paid it, because that's showing your ability to return, right?
Yeah.
Ability to purchase and return. So keeping it at 0 is okay. At least it's open. But they also want to see some activity.
Some movement.
And some credit cards, if you don't do any activity over a year, they can close them. Some even less than that. So if you open it up in your business name, use it. And because I know some people who are very cost efficient, frugal, like myself, and you're just like, I don't want to have a bunch of cards with something on it. But when you're opening up a business, you're trying to establish history. So that in itself results in you having to use it. Because then you're showing that I'm making a pattern of purchase and pay, purchase and pay. So I'm building.
And I think it's important. I think it's important to say when you're using these business credit cards to use them for business expenses.
Yes. Only,
very important. Yes, only for your business expenses. Going out to try and shop at your local store because you have this card for your new outfit. Unless it is a business expense, please do not get in the habit of using your business credit cards for what others may see as personal expenses. Make sure that it is a legitimate business expense that you are doing. You can use it for purchasing advertising things. You can use it for taxes, things that you may have to take care of. You can use it for getting products or items for your business, paying for services for your business. Yes. Even on some travel trips, if your business has it where you have to be traveling or, stuff like that. Going out to eat, be very careful with that part. Be very careful with the going out to eat or conferences. Yes. So several things. Really, the real thing is if it really is a business expense, then use it for that.
Most certainly. And you do know that those things are evaluated, right? So you don't want to have an opportunity where the IRS picks your number because things look suspect or look like it could be not business related. So you always want to make sure that you're managing that, being a good steward over your organization, because how you start is how you're going to end. If you start off well, being very diligent in it, then diligence leads to progress and success.
Yes, yes.
Watch and monitor. We've said it before. You cannot expect what you don't inspect. So as long as you're watching and monitoring and you set a budget, right? We talked about budgeting already early on. You have a budget so you know where you're spending money. You know where you're applying your expenses, and you're doing so judiciously so that you are remaining within your budget so that you don't overspend. Sometimes you might get credit, and we talked about that before, and it seems like it's a window of opportunity. No, it's a way to get to your expected goal. It is a way to get to your expected end. It's not just a door of opportunity to use liberally. This is helping you to go to where you have already planned, where you've already identified is your next mile marker, your next milestone. How do I get to the next? And I tell you, those things will help you when you always stay forward thinking. Kind of when you're a visionary, when you're thinking about what is my next major milestone, what is my next major goal, and that all my decisions, everything that I'm doing related to this particular business, every decision I'm making is leading me to progress. And so that's so important that we do that so that we're able to evaluate and move forward. We want to make sure our decisions are getting us to our expected end. So the next thing we're talking about, opening up that business credit, we've just said it, make sure you pay on time and even early, right? Because again, this is going to show your capability to repay. And that's going to be a good indicator to your lender when you go to get the loan. And then make sure that you keep your credit report and your files free of errors. So again, you are able to receive the free credit reports once every year from all of the lenders. Please make sure that you are evaluating that so that you have the opportunity to correct any mistakes. Believe it or not, people are still receiving errors on their credit report, even today, right?
Yes.
So it is very important that you evaluate, go back and take a look, make sure everything is clear. And that's what we're wanting to encourage you today, that there are easy steps to get credit. There really are. There are a lot of people who are looking to provide us with an opportunity to facilitate our business. They're looking for new business, small business to start up. We see that all the time in the news, how the government is providing funding for new businesses. And so we want to make sure that when you launch with enough knowledge and understanding and clarity so that you are ready to be successful. We don't want any false starts, right?
No.
We don't want any false starts. We want you to launch out and then be successful in it for that first initial stage. Listen, sometimes when you're launching out, again, it may be difficult. It might be insurmountable. You might feel overwhelmed. But what we want to do through our Money Mondays is provide you with the context and information that you need to step out in faith, to step out and believe that you can do this, because you're the visionary. You're the torch carrier. So it's in you. And you will have the resources that you need made available to you to move forward in that. And so that's why I'm so excited that we have these opportunities to share information, because someone poured into me. Someone enabled me. Someone supported me. When we talked about SCORE and we talked about some of the other Small Business Association, other business entrepreneurs that I created relationships with who became my mentors. And even today, I still reach back to them and check in. I still reach back. And sometimes there are people, they say, how you doing? How's it going? And they are so excited about your own success. So know this, you're not alone. You're not the first person starting a business. So there are other people, even in your field of study, there are others who are there with knowledge and awareness who would love to pour into you. Sometimes we just have to be willing to ask. Don't be afraid to say, I have questions. Don't be afraid to say, I need context. And you'll find that there are more available to strengthen you and help you in that when they know it's something you need. And so getting business credit is very, very easy these days. I want to encourage you, don't be afraid. Let's just get everything in order, right? So that we can get to that yes. Let's get everything in order so we can get to a yes, and then you're off and running.
I love that. And I want to add this also, as I really thank Pastor Grant for coming here, sharing this knowledge. For those of you who are joining us here for our Money Monday series, we have broken it down to a half-hour session because we also want you to be able to get your lunches in as well as you share your time with us. But we also want to add this, my gratefulness and thankfulness to Pastor Grant for coming on the platform here at the Juice Radio and Talk Show, sharing her wealth of knowledge with all of you. And listen, I know that starting a business may seem very scareful. It may seem very, like people are going to be frightful of the whole situation. But listen, you have to know this. You don't have to do this venture alone.
Yes.
There are people out there like us and others and corporations, organizations, different establishments that are there just waiting for you to call, and they're ready to help you launch. Now, Pastor Grant, you said about launching, and I think about, the catapult where they pull the person back and launch them out. Well, it takes more than just one person to do that. You've got to have somebody help build the catapult. You've got to have somebody that's pulling you back, and then you be in there. So it's a team effort. There are people out there that are ready to help you build that platform, that catapult, whatever you need. They're ready to help you build it. And there are people that are really ready to pull you back and help to launch you out. But you have to first seek them out, find out where they are, and get in with them. Like Pastor Grant said, she, met people on the journey, kept a good relationship with them. And now she's able to tell them the success that she has had. And they're so willing and happy to hear that. We want to be the same platform like that. We want to help you along the journey, and we want to hear the success stories that you're going to have about how you are doing with your business process as well. I also want to say this about you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to spend all of your own money.
Right. Yes.
Okay. A lot of businesses don't get off the ground because people feel as though they have to spend their own money. There are organizations out there that are willing to help and start the process with you, but you have to be prepared so that when you do the application, you would be able to be in a good place to get that process going, okay? But you don't have to do it alone. No, you do not. All right, Pastor Grant, I love that you were here sharing this today with us again about business credit. It's so very important. That website that we're looking at is Dun and Bradstreet. That's DUN and Bradstreet, BRADSTREET. Make sure you go online. You can Google that information. It'll come right up, give you very valuable information and other information that you have or questions or stuff that you have. Remember, go ahead and send us an email, or you can put it in our comments section. Or if you'd like to just email us and say, hey, you need some more information or something, more information on the channel or something you just didn't see, and maybe you would like some more information, make sure that you go ahead and check us out. You can email us. The email is the same as the title of our program, The Juice Radio and Talk Show at Gmail, The Juice Radio and Talk Show at Gmail. You can send us an email there, or you can always put it in the comments. I want to go ahead and say hello to the others that were here. Aaron, thank you so very much for all your wonderful help. You guys remember, Aaron is reminding you guys to click like, click share, and click subscribe to this channel, all right? Joseph, hey, Joseph. Joseph in the chat. He's saying, good morning, beautiful people. How are we on this day? We're wonderful. We're wonderful. And thank you to one of our team members, Pastor Lorenzo Evans.
Yes, Pastor.
Hey, Pastor, he says good information. And also he says having all the resources is of no value unless you know how to use them.
I like that. Yes, definitely. Applying that wisdom. That's right.
That's right. That's right. Well, we're going to be back with more information on our Money Monday series. Make sure that you click that notification bell on our YouTube channel and our Facebook channel. And make sure that you share this video with others, all right? Thank you again, Pastor Grant, for being here for our Money Monday series. We'll be back with some more information. Pastor Grant, if you could give us some closing words for today's message, what would those closing words be?
I would say it's your time to launch. It's your time to move forward. It's your time to grow. It's your time to expand. It's your time to release what you've been holding on to, because the world needs it. They need you. They need your product. They need your service. And so don't hold on anymore. Sometimes we're thinking, I'm waiting on that perfect moment. We will never find it. Your perfect moment is now. Decide today that I'm moving forward in the vision that God has already created in me. My time is now. And then prep yourself to get it where it needs to go, right? But don't wait any longer. It's time to release and launch.
I love that. Thank y'all so very much for being here. We'll be back with some more great topics. Hit that subscribe button right here on the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Y'all have a blessed evening and a wonderful, wonderful day. See y'all on the next one. Bye now.
A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Join us, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. We have our Money Monday financial series. It is a lunch and learn program at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Also on Monday, we have our reality series and hot topics at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, we have Bible study at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays, we have church news at 7:30 p.m. We also offer motivational moments, happy marriage lifestyle, news from a godly perspective, movie reviews, as well as our single moms club, Let's Talk Ex-Millennials, and of course, our Cooking with Clovis. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.